Good morning, beloveds. So we had a storm move into the area last night, and again, we got no rain, but we did get a little bit of a break in the temperature. It was 76 degrees when we went for the bike ride this morning, and it looks like it may not break 100 today, and then again, it might. So there's a 30% chance of some actual rain. We could use it, but not gonna hold my breath. All right, I'm enjoying the break in the temperature. Okay, today's title is one of those that it makes you kind of go, words have changed. So, I don't know. I'm always nervous when I see words like this. Okay, so it is August 28th. Our title is Spiritual Discrimination. Our author is Lillian DeWaters from Greater Works, 1946. Okay. When we know the truth about God, it is God in us knowing the truth about itself. This relieves us of all personal sense. It is hard for one to know the truth about themselves, because it is themselves that they are thinking of, instead of God. God's ways are perfect. They are in continual operation. God's sight is never dim. God supplies itself from out of the infinitude of itself. God is all to itself. Itself is all there is of ourselves. God is mind. Mind can never be deprived of itself. God is love. Love cannot divorce itself. The place whereon we stand is the place where God is. God is its own safety, its own security, its own peace. Everything in itself is fully held by it. Its whole universe of perfection and completeness is in it, and it is in it. God is its own illumination, its own revelation, its own heaven. We have always been God, for God is all there is. One becomes aware of this fact only when they stop serving other gods. Spiritual discrimination reveals thinking to have been the very reason for our sleep. Love for the one is the whole of us shall be our awakening. Love for the one as the whole of us shall be our awakening. Here we are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. We are not of this world, but of the kingdom. Ye are not of the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be that the Spirit of God dwells in you. And that's Romans 8:9. My kingdom is not of this world. That is John 18:36. Okay. Sometimes you read these and you go, wait, what? I know what she's saying. I know exactly what she's saying. But she titled it Spiritual Discrimination. Okay, so discrimination has a whole different context than it probably did in 1946. We like to use the word discernment now. Discrimination and judgment kind of mean different things now. So one, there's that. Two, perfection can be a bit of a trigger word. So remember that perfection doesn't mean flawless. Perfection means whole. It means it's all included. Okay, now, that one line that I read twice. Love for the one as the whole of us shall be our awakening. She spent the entire passage telling you what God was. Okay? God is Spirit is its own security. Spirit is its own peace. Spirit is its own, she spent the entire thing telling us that. And then she said towards the end of it, she was like, all right, you know what? We've always been God. Okay? Regardless of what we think, we've always been God because that's all there is. One becomes aware of this fact only when they stop serving other gods. What other gods are we serving? Money, pride, ego, just to name a few. Okay. Those are the first three that popped into my mind. Money, pride, ego. Those are the other gods that we are serving. Okay. Which is not the God of love, because none of those words were what she said God was. Spiritual discrimination reveals thinking that has been the very reason for our sleep. So I might use the word spiritual discernment. It's like when we've looked around and looked at the other gods that we've been serving, then we're like, oh, and I wonder why I'm not getting where I want to go, because I've got these other gods who've been nipping at my heel. Now, when she said the other gods, she used a lowercase g, because they're not gods. We have elevated them to the place of gods, but they are not gods. So then that's why we've been asleep, because we've been busy serving these other, as she says, gods, these other gods, and not focused on the one. That's all there is. That's all there is. And so, love for the one as the whole of us shall be our awakening. When we recognize that there's nothing but God, that it is literally all God, then that is she says our awakening. The first step in our awakening, the final step, I don't know, the step in our awakening. But what she's reminding us is, you know what? While we've been busy chasing this other stuff, that's why our life doesn't look the way we want it to look, because we have forgotten that God is all there is. So if we want to get where we want to go, the first thing we have to do is acknowledge that God is all there is, and that we are made of that, all that there is. And once you recognize, okay, if I'm made from the source of all that there is, then that means that I have access to all that there is. And therein begins wisdom. Do we have access to everything that God is? Yes. Do we have access to everything that God is all the time? Nope. Simply because God exists everywhere and everywhen at full power. We are small, individualized little centers within that. And while we are in this material form, our access is limited. But it's there. And once we recognize that, then we can access all of those things that she said God is. What did she say God is? God is mind. God is security. God is safety. God is peace. God is love. All of those things, once we recognize that we are made of that, we have access to all of that. And that's what it comes down to, recognizing. Recognizing. Her last line, we are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. We are not of this world, but of the kingdom. And then she quoted Romans. Ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, so that they that the spirit, if so be that the Spirit of God dwell in you. Sorry, it was in italics and it threw me a minute. It's a lot. It's a lot. She didn't pull any punches. She did not. Lillian did not pull any punches. It's a clear reminder of who you are, who we are, which is one of the reasons why at the end of this, I generally will say, peel back the layers of who you've been told you are. Peel back the layers of who you've been told you are. Because when we mentioned the other gods, money, pride, and ego, and there's more. That's one of those things where society and culture and religion and all of that, they have very definite ideas of who we should be. But that is not who we are. And it is not who God knows us to be. So we want to peel back the layers of who we've been told we are and go back to who God knows us to be. And God knows us to be all of the qualities that God is. So peace and harmony and joy and love and all of that. That is who we actually are. And so we want to peel back the layers of who we've been told we are and come back to knowing who we are. That's spiritual discernment. And recognizing that God is all there is again, spiritual discernment. I'm simply changing the word because, as I said, the meanings of the words have shifted. And that's what she's talking about. So, the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to wake up. To wake up to the recognition that love for the one as the whole of us. We've been asleep. We've been chasing other gods. It is time to recognize that there's only one. And it is the source of our being, which means it is the source of us. And when we go back there and recognize that we have access to all of that, our life is going to look different. All right? Awaken to the source of your being, which is the one, the all, the only. All right, so that is the mission today, should we choose to accept it. The other mission today is the same mission I give you every day, which is the spiritual practice of self-care. To take care of yourself, to practice love, kindness, and compassion on yourself. Why do I lean on self-care every day? One, if you are going to live a life of service, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Okay? That is why I talk about self-care every day. The other reason is because I want you to create a habit. I want you to create a habit of, no matter what is happening in your life, that you respond lovingly, kindly, and compassionately to yourself and to others. Because if you can respond always lovingly, kindly, and compassionately to yourself, then you can do it for anybody. That's why I want you to practice on yourself. I am encouraging you to create a habit. I'm encouraging you to create a first response. As I like to say, you are your own best test subject. But most importantly, the most important reason for practicing love, kindness, and compassion on yourself is because you're a beloved child of God and you deserve your own love, you deserve your own kindness, you deserve your own compassion. If there is no other reason to practice on yourself, that's it. Okay? You deserve to fill your cup up. And when I say practice love, kindness, and compassion on yourself, it can be as simple as taking a deep breath before you speak, especially to yourself. Okay? It is the way, I heard the way I was talking to myself one time and went, this is not appropriate. And it sent me screaming into therapy, because I was like, nobody should talk to themselves this way. And I'm going to stop this. I got a good therapist. I stopped it. Okay. So, and it's just that simple. It's just that simple of simply taking that deep breath and thinking about what you're about to say. Especially to yourself. But it looks like taking a nap. It looks like taking a break. It looks like taking a walk. It looks like saying no to something that is just really draining for you. And here's one of the other things I want to remind you about no is it's a complete sentence. You can simply say no. You do not have to explain why you are saying no. If you choose to, but you don't have to. But I also want to remind you that saying yes to something that pushes you a little out of your comfort zone, that is also loving, kind, and compassionate. What you want is on the opposite side of your comfort zone. What you desire most in the world is frequently on the other side of your comfort zone. So say yes to something that pushes you a little out of your comfort zone. And the way you can do that to make it a little bit easier is to make sure you have a good support network around when you push yourself out of your comfort zone. Okay? So those are, basic love, kindness, compassion. Practice on yourself. It also looks like eating dessert first. I say that. And I've said it for a long time. And it finally, in a 6-month period, I lost 2 people who were very, very important to me, very important to my spiritual path and my spiritual growth. And I realized that when I said eat dessert first, I was reminding myself to not save the good stuff. Your life is a special occasion. Treat it as such. Don't save the good stuff. Wear the nice clothes now. Use all the good stemware and glassware and china and silverware. Don't save it for that one special occasion. What occasion is better than celebrating your life? I'm also a big believer that chocolate is the first step to fixing anything. So, there's that. Eat dessert first. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Burn the nice candles, write the nice notebooks, do the things that we save for special occasions more often. Your life is a special occasion. Okay? I also want to remind you, because we are still talking about self-care here, I want to remind you that joy is a quality of God. I've said that more than once. I want to remind you that no matter what is going on in the world, no matter what is going on in your life, you deserve joy. Please make room for it. That's part of that self-care. Please make room for joy. Yes, the world is messy and your life can be messy, but you still deserve joy. So make room for it. Okay? And hence eat dessert first, because nothing will bring me more joy than dessert. Some days. Other days, yeah. Because I frequently say the two best sounds in the world are the purr of a cat and the laugh of a baby. So, there's that too. You need a little moment of joy? Google baby laughs. Seriously. Somebody pointed out one of the reasons why baby laughs are so amazing. It's because it's not fake and it's not forced. When babies laugh, they are laughing with their whole being. They are laughing with that divine joy because they don't know anything else. So baby laughs. All right. The rest of the suggestions are the basic self-care suggestions. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you. Please drink plenty of water. Even if we do have a break in the weather, like it's only going to be 99 today and not 108 like it was yesterday. Like literally it was 108 yesterday. Please drink plenty of water, fluids, hydrate. Your brain works better when it's well hydrated. Your body works better when it's well hydrated. Your skin looks better when it's well hydrated. So drink plenty of water. And then I want to remind you, it's a basic self-care thing. It's called a circadian rhythm. It's a natural hormone balance. It's when you get that 5 to 10 minutes of bright light early in your day. Now, if we're talking 7 to 9 in the morning, sunlight is great because it'll help you make the vitamin D and all that other stuff. You get up before the sun, artificial light will work too. It's just 5 to 10 minutes of really bright light. So try it. Reset that hormone balance. You'll have more energy during the day and you'll sleep better at night. I have a cat beside me and he's kind of distracting. I like petting cats, especially this one because he's so soft. I also see one of those claws. Yep, that's one of the things that has to happen tonight. Some claw clipping needs to happen. They are wicked sharp. Okay. And I'm distracted. So let's get back on it. I'm going to give you my Ernest Holmes quote, which is to open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. What was her? It was Lillian, right? I said Lillian DeWaters. What she was reminding us is God is all there is. All right. That means everywhere you look, that's God. Every eye you meet, that is God looking back at you. It is all God. Okay? Which then should, because she's talking about you are of the kingdom. Well, that is a mindset. That is a state of consciousness. When you learn that it is a state of consciousness, a state of mind, heaven ceases to be a place that we have to get to. Okay? The kingdom of God is within you, right? Heaven ceases to be a place we have to get to and becomes and can become any place we are. That, my friends, is a superpower. Whew. And when you learn to create it for yourself, then it becomes a state of grace because nobody can take it away from you. The kingdom of God is within you. Jesus said it. The kingdom of God is within you. That means heaven is within you. All right. Recognize that it's all God. Awaken to the one. Awaken to the fact that you are part of that one. And it'll get better. So, you can always take Emma's advice. Look for the good and praise it. Because trust me, gratitude will get you everywhere. Everywhere. Gratitude, you want to talk about a superpower? Gratitude is a superpower. If you ever need to change your mind, count your blessings. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm at the part where I'm going to remind you social media. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Reverend on the social medias that I am on. You want to know what's going on with the center? Email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact, and the constant contact will always know what's going on, especially when I lose my mind and don't know. All right. I guess I'm at the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, an awakening day, a kindness day, a compassionate day, a consciousness day, a recognizing the one day, a joyful day, a peaceful day, a security day, a safety day. It's an all one day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a brilliant light. You are a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. That's what Lillian was talking about today. It's all one. It's all God, including you. You are just not all of God. Individualized center within God. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, a godling. All right. So, as I said, know the truth of your being. Explore the truth of your being. Peel back the layers of who you have been told you are and get to know who God knows you to be. And if you need support in that, Creative Life is here. All right, beloveds. Oh, take care of yourself. Okay? You are not on this journey alone. There's a whole bunch of us holding our lamps up. Join us. Okay, Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.